Thank you to the Winnebago County Bar Association for hosting this forum. It's really been a pleasure to meet all of you, and that's one of the things that I've loved most about running for mayor is getting to meet all the movers and shakers of our community. By now, everyone has heard that Forbes magazine thinks Rockford is the third most miserable place to live. I wouldn't be running for mayor if I agreed with them. Affordable housing, beautiful parks, quality museums, and a variety of independently owned shops and restaurants are just a few of Rockford's positive attributes. Unfortunately, high tax rates, crime, and crumbling roads tend to overshadow those strengths. Last week, a crime wave broke out on Broadway Avenue. 2 store owners were assaulted and stabbed in broad daylight. One had already reduced his store hours after a previous robbery. The local news interviewed many area residents who now said they were either thinking of moving or were afraid to leave their homes at night. These tragedies demonstrate the powerfully negative effect that crime has on our neighborhoods and on the economy. In order to allow Rockford's good qualities to shine through, the city needs to provide a clean and safe environment, well-maintained roads and infrastructure, and easy-to-follow rules and regulations so that entrepreneurs can thrive. Additionally, I plan to give our police department the manpower and the resources they need to get tough on crime and change the perception of Rockford as a violent city. As mayor, I will be an advocate for the people of Rockford, and I will use that office to promote the interests of all our citizens, not just a select and powerful few. I believe in collaborative management and will offer a consensus-building approach to solve problems. I will work to maintain positive relationships with city departments, employees, and their representation. I want to see Rockford dropped from Forbes' list of most miserable places to live. By focusing on getting crime under control, fixing our roads, cutting government waste, and being more careful about how we spend our tax dollars, we can achieve this simple goal. Let me talk a little bit about Rockford's problem with poverty and the economy. People are poor because they lack economic opportunity. In order to maximize economic opportunity, our city needs to provide fertile soil, in other words, a clean and safe environment, well-maintained roads and infrastructure, and easy-to-follow rules and regulations in which entrepreneurs can thrive. Government can spend tax dollars to create an artificial sense of economic growth. But until we get those fundamentals right, we will not see a strong middle class in Rockford. The mayor tonight brought up this partnership with Etsy. Etsy is a wonderful platform to sell your crafts. And Lord knows I've sold my share of things on the internet. But the people of Rockford need real jobs. Jobs that will provide for their families and lift them out of poverty. One of the other economic tools that we've used over the past 8 years are TIF districts. Now, I've been very critical of that, and I don't really have time tonight to get into the details. But what I do want to talk about is that if we have these, we should have some oversight, some accountability, and some transparency. Now, on 7th Street, we had $30,000 in funds taken out of the 7th Street TIF and given to the Midtown District, even though the Midtown District was not in good standing with the state of Illinois. The Midtown District, for those of you who don't know, was involuntarily dissolved by the state of Illinois last Friday. So why was it allowed to get funding if it wasn't in good standing? And why hasn't the city asked for its money back? And that's not the only example. For instance, $1,500 in TIF money was used to purchase an awning for a business on 7th Street that was only open for 2 months? Why wasn't this money used for a more well-established business or in building facades? So those are some of the questions that I have about use of those funds. Excellence everywhere for everyone is a nice campaign slogan, but it is meaningless without public safety everywhere for everyone. As mayor, public safety will be my #1 priority. I will not wait 4 years to suddenly become concerned about getting our police department up to full strength. When it comes to the economy, I believe in providing a strong foundation for growth. This means providing the streets, sidewalks, lighting, and law enforcement necessary for businesses to thrive. Somewhere along the line, we got away from the fundamentals. Somewhere along the line, we decided to spend $3.5 million of our local tax money on a river walk while trying to save money by closing fire stations in poor neighborhoods on the west side. To me, prioritizing wants over needs is unacceptable. The facts speak for themselves. Over the past decade, the number of people living in poverty in Rockford has grown by 400%, and unemployment has remained above 10% for the last 5 years. Our current mayor has had 8 years to get crime under control, fix the streets, and invigorate the economy. Yet after all this time, the administration can only point to a handful of successes. We need fresh ideas and a new direction for this city. When government tries to pick winners and losers in the marketplace, the majority loses. When government acts impartially, focusing its resources and providing the infrastructure and law enforcement needed for its chance at success, opportunity will increase for all. I'm here to let each and every one of you know that I believe in Rockford. By working together, we can make this city an example for the rest of Illinois. If you believe, as I do, that we can turn things around, I ask for your support. Rockford needs your vote on April 9th.